It looks like the leaks were true. And it's not even just because the dev stream happened today and a lot of the stuff that was in the leaks was also in the dev stream, but also because of this. This was posted about an hour before the dev stream actually happened. And the devs posted this saying, our 7th anniversary show was initially planned for May 23rd, which is going to be next Tuesday. Due to leaks that occurred earlier this week, we took the decision to advance the broadcast date to today because it was already pre-recorded. So they already had the anniversary stream ready to go. It's just they're not planning on doing it until next Tuesday. What this means is that during the dev live stream, there will be basically times where they say, oh, it's after this stream. Not actually after the stream, it's on coming Tuesday. But they're just showing it today because of the leaks. And if you guys are curious about how these leaks happened, from what I've been hearing, and like the prevailing narrative of what people have been saying of like how it actually leaked, is that it was actually a press briefing. Behavior got together with a bunch of video game press and showed them the stream most likely, and then somebody or a bunch of people leaked it. And so I'm guessing going forward, they're probably not going to do that as much. At least I want it. And so yeah, that's what happened. Most likely some people from the press leaked pretty much the entire stream. So we're going to go through all the stuff that wasn't in the leaks, or at least wasn't covered as much in the leaks. And so if you guys don't know anything about what happened in the dev live stream, go back to the previous video. You can watch that. It has pretty much most of the highlights of what's in the dev broadcast. And this is pretty much everything that remains. So first things first is we're going to show the killer. So they showed the killer in the map and everything. But I wanted to show the killer's power, just because that's what people were really wondering about.
The killer design was, we always wanted to do a sci-fi killer, so you're going to be able to go around the map and set up these biopods, spread your consciousness inside of these biopods, and then if you're able...
So basically, you set up these biopods, and you can shoot out, basically they're like cameras, they're like Valkyrie cameras if you ever play Siege. But these cameras have little... like a little turret. It shoots out little pods at survivors if they're nearby.
To catch a survivor inside of your reticle, you'll be able to infect them, appear next to them, and
then once you infect somebody, you can appear next to them and chase them and hit them, so on and so forth. And then also
be able to attack them and keep the chase going. One of the important things for survivors is teamwork, trusting each other, working together. So with this killer, one of its abilities in the slipstream is that once a survivor is tagged or infected, you can spread that influence to other survivors, and it does so automatically, so survivors will be less likely to work together, and they'll be...
So basically, when you see this on somebody when they're infected, it spreads like the plague sickness. But it sounds like it just spreads by getting close to the survivor, not even just necessarily doing something with them. And so if it spreads, then of course the killer can teleport to both of your locations, even if you guys separate. And from what I've heard, the devs have done some, I'm blinking on the word, interviews. They've done interviews with some publications where apparently survivors will be able to unlock stuff in chests called EMPs, which is like special power chests. Some killers have, like Nemesis, Wesker. So you find EMPs in the power chests, and the EMPs not only disable the teleporting if you're infected, but also disables the biopods from being able to be used. And apparently it only temporarily does it, so I don't know if they expire and you got to get a new one, or if it like overheats and you got to let it cool down, how it works. But yeah, that's basically how the power works. You infect people, or you throw down camera turrets, you infect people through the camera turrets, and then you can teleport to them if they're infected. And they can disable your power with EMPs, which I don't know. We don't know how the EMPs work yet. We're going to find out more on Tuesday. But yeah, besides that, we're going to be showing a lot of tweets from Dweet. This person, they post a lot of DBD leaks, DBD spoilers, but in addition to that, they also post a lot of like DBD highlights of what's coming to the game. Very good account. It's going to be linked down below. I forgot to link it in the last video for the first couple hours, but it actually will be linked down below at the beginning of this video, or as soon as the video goes live. And so be sure to check out their account. But first things first, after Killer, obviously, Trapper 7 and DBD 7 codes to redeem. And what's kind of funny is I believe this is from a the Flippin' Misfits game. They gave this for people that bought that game. Again, this is from last year, yeah. And so if you don't have it, get it now. And then also, I'm going to show you guys the biggest things first, and then we'll show like the cosmetic stuff after. So the biggest things that are coming from the dev stream. Anti-camping mechanic. We knew that there was going to be an anti-camping mechanic, but we didn't know anything about it. And thankfully for us, they actually addressed it and they actually told us about it. And so, pretty much during the stream, they said anti-camping will be reliant on the killer's distance to the survivor while the survivor's on hook through a meter. And the meter fills up the closer the killer is to the survivor on hook. Once the meter is full, the survivor can unhook themselves, even in second stage, even when they're fighting the entity, trying to prevent the entity from skewering them. And it deactivates the end game. And there's some additional notes about it. Meter only builds up when the killer is within 16 meters of a hook, and it will not regress. So if a killer stays by the hook and it goes away and then comes back, they will still have the progress from the first time. And then fewer than 5 meters, it builds the fastest. So if the killer is like legitimately face camping, and then 5 to 10 meters, it builds normally, steady rate, and then 10 to 16, it builds slowly. And so, ideally, this is something that like if the killer like hooks you and then walks away, it will never happen. But if you keep on like coming back and proxying over and over, then like they'll probably get off. And then it works on multi-story maps as well, but the devs are monitoring this aspect. So if you hook somebody on the game and you're above them, then they may be able to Kobe. So, personally, I feel like this is a good step forward, but this is not the perfect solution. But this is a solution, and so I can't hate it entirely. I know some people will hate this because people hate survivors getting any type of quality of life or hate killers getting any type of quality of life. People hate both. But this is good because face camping is boring. I'm sorry if that's controversial. It's just boring. It's not fun to sit on a hook with the killer just looking at you and be either the person doing a gen, one of 3 people doing gens to get out and not being chased at all the entire match, or being the person just dying on the hook. It's even boring being the killer, but some people, they just want to make sure that somebody dies. But I think this is a good step in the right direction. I think a better idea would be keep this the meter system with the progressing and everything, except just make it like pyramid gauges, where instead of the person being able to Kobe, they just teleport to a different hook. Maybe the hook timer pauses for like 10, 15 seconds when they teleport, so people can start running over to wherever that person teleported to. Just do that. Because in my opinion, this, like, the person's gonna Kobe, they're gonna have to run off the record because the killer's probably just gonna wait out the borrow time, the base get borrow time, in order to get away, and still they're gonna be tunneled to death. And so, if you make it to where the person teleports away, yeah, the killer may still try to tunnel, but it'll be a lot less efficient for them to do so. And so, I don't know. It's an interesting change. I'm willing to see how it works out, but it's not my favorite. All right, and then we also got a perk search bar, which is a very good feature because we have a million perks in the game. I do a lot of killer requests on stream, and so me doing killer requests, I always am like trying to look for that one perk in the sea of perks. And what's kind of cool is that you can search up, just like if you're looking for a generator perk, like I type in generator here, it'll show you all the perks that are associated with generators, because it not only searches the names of the perks, but also searches their descriptions. And so if you want a healing perk, you just type in heal or healing, and it'll come up with all the healing perks. So it's a very good system. Good to see, quality of life. Survivor disconnect bots. This is a huge thing. My big head is covering it up. You can see on that HUD that there is a couple survivors that have bots next to their name. And so basically what happens is if somebody DCs out of a match before the match is ended, that person will automatically be replaced by a bot. And the bot, it's going to be the same bots that are in the kill your friends mode. So if you want to know how well they play, go into that mode and try them out. You can add them in, even if you're just playing as killer. And the bots, they're not the best, but at least it's somebody that will do generators, somebody that will go for heals, go for saves, stuff like that. They're not the smartest, but they're better than not having a teammate. So it's a good change. We're also, the Slipknot collab, we're apparently going to be getting 9 masks for killers, and this is speculation of what the 9 masks are going to be. And then for the Iron Maiden collab, it's going to focus on their mascot, Eddie. So they get some like killer or survivor cosmetics that are similar to this. And then player cards, which is what we talked about last video, where it's like the Apex Legends player cards. You'll get stuff from the tomes, from the archives, that will be able to like help you customize your player card. And that's coming this fall. The Masquerade, which is the DBD anniversary event, will have a store where you can get stuff from previous anniversary events. And then it showed that Feng Min is having an outfit. Some of the other ones in the Ghostface is having an outfit for the anniversary as well. Hillbilly and Nia are getting anniversary outfits. So you can see Hillbilly. Hillbilly doesn't know how to wear a mask, really. He's a bit silly. And then, of course, Nia. We have Nia. Not really thrilled about this cosmetic. We have Nia's cosmetic. And then here are the different masks that are going to be coming out. Let me actually turn off my camera so you can see all of them. We got the Oni, the Blight, the Knight, the Legion, the Nurse, the Singularity, which is the new killer that's coming. Felix, Gabriel Soma, which is the new survivor. Jeff, Jonah, Meg, and Zarina. Very cool. Of course, we got Naughty Bear coming to the game. I believe we showed this in the last video, though. And then the event, it's going to be an interesting one. So it's like last year's event where you grab a little event invitation, and then you gotta like get enough charges for it. So it says hold on to at least one charge of your invitation by the time you escape. So in order to get the masking outfits, that you just gotta escape at least one charge. But the thing is that the invitations have charges, like it says. Here, let me, in case you guys want to pause and read this. The thing is they mentioned, as you can see right here, the survivors, they'll be able to use the charges from the invitation to block windows so the killer can't vault them, and to build pallets that will be destroyed when they're thrown down, so which only used for stuns. And then killers will be able to use the charges to instantly break pallets, or like remotely break pallets, so they can probably just look at a pallet and it breaks. And also be able to insta down the survivors when they hit Bloodlust Tier 1. And so this sounds really bad. It sounds like a really unfun event, if I'm going to be real with you. It just sounds like unfun stuff for both sides to do to each other. And so I'm kind of hoping it doesn't go through, because that sounds terrible. But yeah, it's going to be happening. And there's also the pre-anniversary stuff. So this is all stuff that's happening leading up. So May 23rd to the 30th, they're going to have these maps in rotation, these outfits on sale. There's going to be a blood hunt, and there's going to be daily login bonuses for blood points and rift fragments. And then there's also going to be, for May 30th to June 6th, these maps are going to be boosted. These outfits are going to be on sale. There's going to be double rift fragments, and there's also going to be daily logins. So it's going to be like a double fragment week. And then finally, June 6th to 13th, there'll be boosted maps, and then outfits on sale, and then community choice event, which is probably going to be voted on the next week or so, and then daily login bonuses. And then the event will happen after after the 13th. So yeah, this looks pretty cool. Really, the only other thing that was announced was that the summer BBQ event is going to be coming back. So if you don't know what the summer BBQ event is, I don't know if we can find the roadmap in here. Yeah, it's fine. Oh, yeah. Whatever. We don't need to find it. But yeah, the summer BBQ event is going to be happening in August. Basically, it happened last in 2018, I believe. And basically all it is like a blood point event where the hooks have grills on them and they sizzle when you hook survivor. The generators are margarita machines, and you get extra blood points for hooking on grill hooks or for completing the margarita machines. And yeah, that's pretty much it. There's probably going to be some cosmetics as well associated with it. But yeah, that's pretty much everything that we know. We also, before I forget, the last thing, and that's actually the last thing, the next two killers are going to be licensed after this. And so the killer that is coming out in August and the killer that is coming out in November, I believe, they're both going to be licensed. And so we don't know what those licenses are going to be. I have no idea what August is going to be. Bit of speculation that November is going to be Freddy Fazbear or FNAF because the Five Nights at Freddy movie is coming out in October, and so a couple weeks later, The Killer is going to be coming out. So people thinking that's very coincidental timing. That could be the case, but we'll have to see. And yeah, so if you guys enjoyed the video, if you enjoyed the recap, I would love if you guys could like and comment and say what you're looking forward to, if you think the event is good or bad, or anything that you're thinking about in the comments down below. And I will see you later. Bye, everyone.